So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the fight which took place between Zhilei Zhang and Agit Kabayel. Now this was a very good and competitive fight for however long it lasted, which was 6 rounds in total. But the fight didn't plan out to how I pretty much thought it was going to be like planned out really. In the end, Agit Kabayel KO'd Zhilei Zhang in 6 rounds. Unbelievable. Now this kid, Agit Kabayel, probably needs to be drug tested because his record at this moment in time is sensational. He's still unbeaten, 26-0, but from where he was a few years ago, like was it back in 20? I think it was 2017. Just gonna have a look on Box Rec. Or was it 2018? Let me have a look. It was 2017. He took on Derek Chisora. This was for the EBU belt, and he beat Derek Chisora, but wasn't really convincing. And I didn't think he would probably be up there to where he is now. And honestly, since the Arslanbek fight, which was 2023, Arslanbek Makhmudov, he's took on him, he took on Frank Sanchez, and now he's took on Zhang, and he's KO'd all of them. And these guys are like big guys or very skillful guys in terms of Frank Sanchez, and is phenomenal. And it's honestly, it's unbelievable. Like I didn't see him actually KOing Zhang. I generally thought that maybe he could probably get a late stoppage or beat him on points, sort of thing. I had him in my head. I knew he was going to win, but not in this fashion. And he done well as well because Zhang put him down in the round before he lost. And it was kind of more like a flash knockdown in a weird way for Kabayel because it didn't hurt him, it didn't deter him and deter him. Sorry. And even when he got put down, he got back up, and honestly, he was winning the rest of the round after he got put down. So that knockdown didn't do anything to Caballero. You know what I mean? It probably poured the fuel on to kind of fuel him to go back in there and be like, okay, cool, you put me down. Let's see what you could do. Now the difference in the fight for me was his work rate. Agit Kabayel has brilliant work rate. Sorry, for a heavyweight boxer, and he also has power, and he's got brilliant combinations and hand speed as well, which is unheard of, really. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these heavyweight boxers don't punch with that intensity or that combinations or that they don't have that work rate. He has everything. He has everything, and we know he can stop a man, and that's the thing for him. He targeted Zhilei Zhang's body. After round one, you could see Zhilei Zhang was red all over, around his body, around his head. He was just taking punches far too much. And I said it in my pre-fight video. Zhilei Zhang obviously put down Parker twice. I think it was round three or round five. I can't remember. But apart from those two knockdowns, he didn't do anything. He didn't win any other round. You know what I mean? So Zhilei Zhang's Achilles heel is work rate, footwork, speed, combinations. If you've got all that, if you're prepared to outwork Zhilei Zhang, stay in the pocket, let your hands go constantly, you will beat him. And stamina as well, because he couldn't live. He couldn't live with Agit Kabayel, and he like. I probably wouldn't say it was probably the power or the body shot that seriously hurt him. It was a great shot, don't get me wrong, but I think he was just done. I think his lungs were done. I think he like because he could have got up. Like you could see him, he was looking down and he was looking up, and I think it was more fitness that probably got him in the end. So if you could outwork him, you know what I mean, and give him loads of shots and put loads of combinations together, make him work out of his comfort zone, you will beat Zhilei Zhang. Like, don't get me wrong, Zhilei Zhang is a tremendous puncher, one of the biggest in the division, and his record speaks for itself. He's knocked down loads of people, but his Achilles heel is starting to show. And honestly, it showed in that Joseph Parker fight, and it showed now, obviously, in this Agit Kabayel fight. And if he fights someone similar to Agit Kabayel, or even Joseph Parker again, someone similar, like, he will lose. If Zhang and Joseph Parker were to fight again, let's say later on this year or next year, this current Joseph Parker, how he fights similar to Kabayel, Parker's gonna win all day long, all day long. But yeah, brilliant performance from Agit Kabayel. He is still the WBC interim champion. Again, those belts could maybe get scattered. We don't know. But he does deserve a world title defense. But so does Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker got the win on obviously on Saturday night, but it was against the Bacola. I'll do a video regarding that, but both of these guys deserve a world title shot. Now, Daniel Dubois obviously was ill, couldn't defend his belt against Joseph Parker. There's talk that maybe Daniel Dubois and Alexander Usyk are going to get it on, which that would be for undisputed, or even maybe AJ versus Dubois, maybe a rematch, depending on money. So with whatever happens, potentially, you know what I mean, what's going to happen to Joseph Parker and Agit Kabayel? Now, if, let's say, Dubois and Usyk get it on, then it would probably be good for me anyway. I'd love to see Agit Kabayel versus Joseph Parker, a final mandatory fight for a world title shot. The winner of that fights the winner of Daniel Dubois versus Alexander Usyk. Don't really want to be chucking AJ's name in the mix. You know what I mean? I'm a big AJ fan. I'd love for him to come back and win a world title, but he hasn't fought since the Daniel Dubois loss. He probably hasn't even been in training, so your name shouldn't be thrown in the mix. Let these guys that are currently on decent form, got decent names on their record, fight for the world title, and both of these two deserve it. There's no one that could probably say that they don't deserve a world title shot. I just don't think they're gonna get it next. That's just my personal opinion. But what a performance from Agit Kabayel. I'm starting to like this guy, and honestly, up until he got knocked down, I was thinking, you know what? Even if he loses this fight, Agit Kabayel, he's still a problem for the division. And let me just check. How old is he? He is 32 years of age, Agit Kabayel. Zhang's like 40, and Tyson and AJ, I think those guys are in the late 30s as well. So Agit Kabayel could be the next big thing in the heavyweight division. And I know a lot of people are like, what? Seriously? A German? You know what I mean? Like, seriously? Next best thing? But he has everything. He's got speed, he's got power, he's got good punch selection and combinations. He could take a shot as well, because he took a big shot against Zhilei Zhang and got back up like it was nothing. This guy could be the next big real deal. I'm very, very impressed with Agit Kabayel, and he does deserve a world title shot, so hopefully he could get it next. Are you guys as impressed as how I am against, you know what I mean, with what I saw against Agit Kabayel? Do you feel that he needs a world title shot, or do you reckon him and maybe Parker should maybe fight out for one last hooray before they get their world title shot? As always, guys, please let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Bless.